Hello everyone, welcome back to Crypto Gains for another video. We're going to talk about the price action that's been going on over the last few days because, we saw prices go up, then we saw it slam back down. What the hell is going on in this crypto space? I'm going to break down my verdict. If it sounds interesting to you, please drop that like. Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Some may say it's manipulation. I think it's to do with this. This information that I'm showing you on screen. Before I go any further, I need to let you know, I am not a financial advisor. These are my personal opinions on the market. Please do your further research before you invest your money. I'm going to break down the price charts of Bitcoin. I want to talk to you about some news as well. Some things that are happening in the crypto space that you should know about. I find it interesting. So look, the Fed raises rates by 0.5% point, the biggest hike in 2 decades to fight inflation. Now, this can affect markets and people, people's companies. If you're working, let's say you're a hairdresser, it can affect you. Why? Because when these guys raise the rates of the rates of, interest rates, they have to pay more money, meaning companies, whether you got a hair business, whatever you have to pay more money to borrow more money out. And once you borrow more money, that means you have to pay more. It means you have to now increase your price rates as to what you're doing in your job. So if you are doing nails or you're selling you're doing a hair business, you need to charge people more money. And that's where the conflict comes in, because people don't want to pay more, especially with what's going on in this world. They don't want to pay more money. So that, there was a lot of volatility going on around this story here, this news story. And I think that this is what's being heavily done, manipulated with the Bitcoin price. What do I mean by manipulation? Well, you have to remember, we still have people that short and long the market. So they like to make like a bid, like a bet on if they think the market's going to go down or if they think it's going to go up. So you saw lots of money get liquidated in that space of time as well, whilst that news was coming out, right? But for me, I just look at it plain and simple. Like, that to me just sounds like a news story right now to go with what I'm seeing on this chart, because forgetting that story altogether, I think that's what may have caused it. But forgetting that story altogether, I've been showing you this chart, over the last few weeks, and I've been saying to you, I've got my EMA ribbons here, and this is going to be the hardest resistance for Bitcoin to break. And it just so happens we had that news narrative to go with it. Narrative. You know what I mean? It just happens that we had that story to go with it. So, whenever we see this tangle in the ribbons where the yellow goes above the red lines, it's usually bullish, and price action goes above, it usually bounces forward. But the same happens for when it goes below. We see the tangle in the ribbons, we see the yellow line cross the red, and then we see the yellow lines underneath. It's always bearish, guys, and the trend says bearish. Look, and it finds it hard to break above these ribbons again, and we've been seeing it for the longest time. So I knew that this was going to happen. I've been looking at these lines here, waiting for it, because I said to you, at the highest, I expect Bitcoin to come to like 40,000, 41,000, something like that, and it could get resisted. So we didn't even get there. We got anywhere in these yellow lines. So what am I waiting for? I'm still sitting tight. I still think that so we will see a bottom soon, and I'm going to show you the bottom in a second. But Bitcoin could see a reversal anytime it likes. It could see a reversal, and we could come and test right up here, and that puts again 42,000. At the highest, 43,000. So I'm waiting on that, because I do think that Bitcoin could see a reversal at any time, and if it does, that's the key level to look for in Bitcoin's price. I'm going to show you some of the new stuff that I was talking about. Then I'm going to bring you back to this chart here, because this one is important, right? This talks about the bottom, where the bottom is for Bitcoin, what kind of price targets we're looking at, and everything. I'm going to explain that. So let's just go to this right now. So I've explained this. I really believe that the raise in the interest point, the point at the Fed raising the interest rates is going to cause a bit of volatility in most of the markets. Hold on. Take a look at this. This was serious. Do you have a Ledger Nano? Because if you do, be prepared, right? This is a serious warning, right? This is why you should not type your words, your passphrase into your phone. Smartphone text prediction guesses crypto hodlers seed phase. Now you're thinking, how? How can a smartphone do that? Remember, when you have, and I've read through this, I just want to basically tell you what I read. When you have predictive text, right? When you have predictive text, it remembers what you say. So if you're writing word for word your phrase in your phone, it's going to remember it. I'm just saying. And if you decide to sell that phone and, you haven't, refreshed it properly back to factory, it's going to remember it. And then people could take that and, hack your ledger and all sorts. Look at this, real quick. So a Redditor called Andre highlighted the ease of which hackers can use the text prediction feature to drain a user's funds by being able to first word out the BIP39 list. So again, when you're typing, because some people do, they want to find another way to remember it. You might put it in your notes or something in your phone. Don't do it. Guys, please don't. Because every word that you type, it's going to be remembered by, unless you take it off, unless you take off that auto predict thing, whatever it is, or the auto word thing on your phone. But most people don't. You just keep it on. Seed phrases, a random combination of words from the Bitcoin Improvement Protocol BIP39 list of 2,048 words, act as one of the primary layers of security against unauthorized access. So for those that are new, if you're getting into crypto and you're probably using like the MetaMask wallet and you've got phone wallets and stuff, they're not safe. They're all right. They're all right for now. But you don't know if your phone's been hacked. You don't know if your phone's got malware. I call it malware. You don't know if someone's looking at your phone, your laptop, or what it is. When you use web wallets, you don't know if someone's been hacking your laptop. And this can happen. It's happened to me in the past, years ago. And it can happen. They can see your stuff. They can see your emails. You got to be seriously careful what you do with your passphrase. And this is why having a ledger Nano can be one of the best ways to protect your investment. They say never put your seed phrase on anything. Keep it away. Don't let people know, that kind of thing, right? And it comprises of 2,048 words. You're probably thinking, why isn't it the whole dictionary? Well, they're clever because the 2,048 words that they've come up with, it's almost like they're not close to anyone kind of thing. Because if you was to write your own words, you probably use like your daughter's name, Danielle, or Sophie, your favorite lucky number 7. You use words that are related to you so you can remember them. Whereas this gives you some crazy words like, I don't know, ambiguous. Did I even say that right? Just words that mean nothing to you to help you create a solid password. So this is what this is about. It's about protecting your investment and making sure you don't do stuff to, get it manipulated and hacked. And I actually have a solution for this, and I've been using it for the last 4 or 5 years of my life, and mine's seriously protected. And I'm going to be starting a business soon. I seriously am. And this business, you're going to see it. And it's seriously going to change the way people can protect their ledger devices, all kind of hardware devices. And again, that's for the future. I'm going to come back on that in the future. But seriously, I got seriously good business coming. I'm telling you now. So this really interested me because if you have a ledger, be smart with your your thing. Don't be uploading it online and unless you have a good way of doing it and stuff. And even still, just be really, really careful what you're doing with your seed phrase. I'm not gonna read the whole of this. I kind of explained what it was because I read it already. I just thought this was something that you should really pay attention to. Don't be typing stuff in your smartphone. Look at this, Ice Cube, the guy who did Friday with what's his face, Chris Tucker. Yeah, man. I can't do his voice, but Ice Cube, I think it's him, Ice Cube, yeah, backs Doge and an incredible historical transaction. So Ice Cube said he is down with the Doge army after Bill Lee bought $625,000 worth of NFTs tied to the rapper's Big Free basketball league in Doge. So Ice Cube has this like Big Free company, which is all based on like basketball players, and they play 3-on-3, right? I think that's right, because usually it's 5-on-5. And this guy who's attached to or linked to Dogecoin, he just invested in his NFTs. And I think he bought like some of the rare NFTs that go 25,000 a piece. Is that right? Yeah. For 25,000 a piece, this guy invested loads. I think he bought 25 of the NFTs for this Big 3 league, right? I think that's right. So essentially, he's given Ice Cube $625,000 worth of Dogecoin, which is 4 point something million. Where is it? Come down here, see if I can find it. Here we go. $4.86 million worth of Doge. So Ice Cube is in the game with Dogecoin. And why is this interesting to me? Because a few things. Well, it shows that celebrities are seriously still interested in meme coins, at Dogecoin in particular. Another thing, it shows that he's accepting Doge as a payment. Pay attention, because if Ice Cube, celebrity, it makes you wonder, innit? What are these celebrities doing with their day? Oh, clearly they know about Dogecoin, and now he's accepted Dogecoin as a payment, as a huge payment. 620, that's like a house. You can buy a house with that. He's got 4.86 million in Doge for this whole NFT collection. Now, the good thing with this NFT collection, real quick, and I really find it innovative, right? And I said this to you before about how teams, like football teams, like soccer teams, are going to be controlled by DAOs and people can control it. As far as I'm aware, from reading this, it says that when you purchase one of these big 3 NFTs, you can have part ownership of the teams. Is that right? I think that's what it said. You can have part ownership of these teams. And that's an incredible look, because right now in the basketball leagues, I don't think it has anything like that. So, being able to own some of the leagues or the basketball teams is a phenomenal movement for this space. And it can kind of show me where things are going in the future. I think in the future, you're going to see a decentralized sports league system where everybody can just purchase an NFT, boom, I own a fragment of that now. You know what I mean? Just, own a fragment of a football team or whatever and just do it. And not just do it, pay with it in any crypto that you like. Dogecoin as an example. This is opening up the doors for other celebrities that have ideas and stuff, or companies to be accepting Dogecoin. So I found that really interesting and bullish for the Dogecoin community. If you're holding Doge, big up to you, because this is a bullish look. So yeah, I just thought I'd share that with you. Real quick, look at this. Decentralized Twitter Blue Sky releases code, outlines content moderation. So I didn't even know this. Apparently there's a crypto project called Blue Sky that's looking to make a decentralized version of Twitter. Did you know this? If you did, drop your comments, let me know. Blue Sky outlined that it is not possible to have a usable social network without moderation, and intends to build a moderation model for the network dubbed Speech and Reach. Let me just come down and have a little look. Twitter's decentralized social media project, Blue Sky, has released its first batch of code and also committed to content moderation on the network. So what do you mean? Like, you're making a code that makes sure that when people upload stuff, it's not going to be explicit and things like that? I mean, if you've done that, cool. Because when you think about decentralized social media platforms, because that's why it's taken a long time to come out, like a decentralized YouTube, because what's to stop someone uploading disgusting crap, nasty things? So you need to have something in your code that recognizes the things that are being uploaded, so when it can be user friendly, not crazy stuff up there, and people can still have a nice friendly experience. So it sounds like these guys have come up with a good code to do that. That's what it sounds like when I read this, so it's interesting. Former Twitter CEO Jack Dorsey first announced Blue Sky. So it's Jack, okay, back in late 2019. Now this all makes sense. This is why Jack Dorsey wasn't worried about selling Twitter. Because he's working on a decentralized one. My God, okay. But the project went independent in February after receiving $13 million worth of funding from the Twitter. However, Dorsey is still a member of the board. This makes sense now. There you go, Elon. Yeah, just take it. What, 44 billion? Yeah, I'll take that. Why not? That's fine. You keep Twitter. Blue Sky. That's what it's like. It's like this guy's got his head screwed on. He knows where to go. Like Blue Sky released its authenticated data experiment (ADX) protocol code via a Thursday blog post titled "Working in Public." Their team noted that it will be publicly sharing the process of development in the platform. As soon as they release that, It depends on how much you're releasing, but as soon as you release it, you're going to see crazy amounts of forks, copycats, and all of this rush to come out with social media platforms. And maybe this could be the next hype thing. That's why I'm sharing it to you. Maybe it could be the next big hype. So I'm keeping my eye on this because you've got a website here as well that you can click over here and you can see Blue Sky, building a social web. So, Jack Dorsey... Is that Jack Dorsey? Is that right? Because I feel like I'm saying that guy's name from Titanic. Jack! There's a boat, Jack! Jack, yeah, hold on. Is that his name, Jack Dorsey? Nah, it is! What's the guy's name from Titanic? Jack Dorsey. Nah, I've got to check that because, Jack, name, Titanic. Because I think you got his name, man. Titanic. Let me see, Jack. Oh, your name is close! Jack Dawson! I said, see, you're sitting there thinking, yeah, it is. Jack Dorsey. There's a boat, Jack. There's a boat. Okay, this is interesting. And I'm going to keep my eye on this project because because I looked on CoinGecko, you can't find it on any of these, but I'm assuming that at some point they're going to tokenize this where we can invest in it because it's easy. The easiest way to get money out of projects with crypto spaces and decentralized stuff is to build a token where people can invest into it because everybody makes money. And I think that this is one to watch seriously because if this sparks a new trend and we start seeing loads of decentralized platforms coming out, social media platforms, it's going to change the space, not just the crypto space, the whole world, in how people interact. No one controls anything. You don't have to worry about things getting taken down and whatnot. I'm just saying, so thought I'd share that with you. Let's go back to this, right? This is important. And I know if you're still here, big up to you, you've been waiting for this. This is going to call the bottom of the entire crypto market. I'm using the BLX chart, right? BLX, Brave New Coin Liquid Index for Bitcoin. It just seems more precise for me. Now take a look at this down here first, the stochastic RSI. Every time we've been down in this area here, for those that are new watching that don't understand the stochastic RSI, it talks about price momentum. Where are we going? If the blue line crosses with the red, you can see here, and it goes up, price action usually pumps, and we start to see a rise in price. If it comes down, then we see bearish momentum, prices coming down. That's basically what it is. But this is seriously interesting because when you match this part here with the bottom of the bear markets, which is here and here, what we've had in the last two ones, you can see clearly where the bottom is. I've got this yellow line, which is the 50 month moving average. It's powerful. This is on long-term perspective. This isn't your little 4-hour charts, 2-hour charts. This is a monthly chart. You're going to see a good clean picture of what's to come with Bitcoin based on this. I'm telling you now, it doesn't lie. The charts speak the truth. Every time we've seen a fall in the price from the top of the markets, where we had massive bull cycle and bang, crash and bear cycle, it's always come down to this yellow line. Without foul, it's come down and touched this yellow line. Look at 2017 cycle, 2018 crash, straight down to this yellow line. So I have to believe that at some point in the future, it's going to come down to this yellow line, which is sitting about, like what I said to you before, 21,642, something like that, 21,000 price for Bitcoin. And it sounds crap if you're holding Bitcoin long term, I know, but that's going to be the bottom. And that could also call the bottom of the whole market overall. Now, why does this fascinate me? Because if you look down here on the stochastic RSI, look at when it finally started. The final, big drop, vroom, it came down on this price here. And I'm just going to really bring this in so you can see, right? Let's just focus on this part here. When you saw this big red candle here, look at where it happened. It sort of happened midway through this bottom area of, market sell-off. The selling pressure was just, the momentum of sell. It stayed down there for a long time. It happened halfway through. That's what I'm getting at. And if you take a look at where, the second one, when we saw that big drop back in 2018, look at this big long red candle. It happened almost halfway through. You see what I'm saying? Do you see what I'm seeing here? So what I'm thinking is this next one, if we're to come down to this yellow line, it's going to happen halfway through. Are we halfway through yet? I don't know. But, we haven't been down here long. we could be down here for a long extended period of time. This could follow right through to August, maybe September, and that'd be classed halfway through, and maybe that's when we hit this line here, which could, you know, be around $21,000. I'm just trying to open your mind to it, you know, I'm trying to prepare you for what I'm seeing. But, you know, take a look at this. This here, this is precise. I've drawn a yellow line at the bottom of this RSI. Now, this talks about buy power and sell pressure. Buy power is when you see straight to the top, goes above this dotted line because you've got the mauve area, which is like the medium area. And but to be fair, this medium area has been treated as the low part. You know, we've never, if you look on the monthly time frame, ever since Bitcoin's been existed, I'm telling you, it has never ever been below this medium line, or unless you can find a chart that, you know, extends out further. But this is as far as I can get right now. Whenever it's come crashing down in 2014 to 2015, this is the bottom of the cycle. You can see here in the price chart, this is the bottom of the cycle, and look at where the line landed here. Look, this is the lowest that it's ever been for the RSI when it comes to sell pressure, and it's what does it put it at? It puts it at 44. You can't see it, but it marks it about 44. Can I bring this up? Let me just go like this. Can you see this here? 44. It marks it about 44. It's important, guys, because if we're to come down again, and look, you can see in 2018's drop, this is the big, you know, the capitulation. Look, comes straight down to this yellow line on the RSI. I believe we're going to come down to this yellow line, guys. I'm just keeping it straight up simple. There's going to be a point where we come down to this yellow line, and when we do, that's going to mark the bottom of the bear market, okay? And if you don't want to miss out, subscribe to me. It's important because I'm going to show you this. And if you want to see earlier, you can become a patron, because my patrons, they will see this stuff. I'm keeping them alerted as to when I'm buying, when I'm selling, when I'm doing anything. And if you don't want to miss it, make sure you become one. It's important. I have 7 tiers. Take your pick. Oh, let me just zoom this out. What's going on my camera? Like, it's a bit zoomed in. It's fine. I'll just keep it like this for now. I have 7 tiers. I recommend my exclusive VIP partner tier, because this one will show you all my posts when I buy, when I sell, when I stake. You're seeing strategies and all sorts, and yeah, people can message me and I can help you with what you know, coins you got and when to buy, sell, and all that stuff. Just give you my advice on it, which is not financial advice. You know, just give you advice on it if you need some help. Super alerts. If you go for my next tier up, you get access to my VIP Telegram group where I talk to you way before I buy, way before I sell, way before I do anything. It's all in there. We're discussing it. That's what makes this special. And you've got high crypto profile users that know how to make money in this space. It's not a joke. I'm telling you now, they're sharing great projects. Guys, I'm going to leave it here. I just wanted to open up your eyes to this, show you what's going on in the crypto space with the news, show you where I believe the bottom's going to be. If you liked it, drop that like. Give me a subscribe if you're new watching. Thank you for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Cheers.